Okay, I just want to come on here real quick for a couple of minutes just to give another Tuesday morning update. It's going to be a crazy day at work. Today is I believe it's like the last Tuesday of the month. I think it's the last Tuesday of the month. Usually, the last Tuesday of the month, we have our major Southern California all staff meeting, meaning that everyone from all the offices, we have 4 different office locations. Everyone from all the offices, all the hundreds of people are going to be crammed into this one office, and I'm currently working at in our main location, and we'll be hosting a 2-hour meeting here. So just a brief little breakdown of every department. They give an update what their department has done since the last monthly meeting. It's held once a month at the last Tuesday of the month. Oh, sorry about that. It's like, you know, gotta have some craziness going on with the planes and noise. But yeah, we have our little monthly meeting, and I don't know. I'm just so over it all. I just cannot wait for my medical leave. I'm still waiting to get confirmation on the medical leave. I have another doctor's appointment with the therapist this Thursday, which I'm very excited for, and that hopefully this appointment with this therapist, they'll refer me over to my GP doctor, and from there they can get all the paperwork together and submit the paperwork to, I believe, the state of California, and also to AHR. I believe that's how the state of California works in terms of taking medical leave time off. Either way, I just want to get this done and over with. I'm getting very tired of just showing up to work at this point. I'm just so exhausted mentally and emotionally. I'm just dealing with everything here, and I'm just ready to just take a break and move on and just get the ball rolling with planning my next moves and when I'm on this medical time off and leave, and really utilize it to good use. And but anyways, I just wanted to bring up this kind of yesterday. I was thinking about like dating again and going back on the dating apps and trying that out. And I haven't really dated much since being here in LA. I've been living in LA since 2021. And I've only been on a handful of dates that kind of didn't really go anywhere. Nothing became of them, which is crazy because there's some people who move here in California during the pandemic, and like a year or two later, they're like engaged to get married. So I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? And the thing is that I'm really not putting myself out there, and it's very uncomfortable. It's just very uncomfortable, especially when you're a woman. You haven't been dating that much. The last time I really dated was when I lived in New York, and that was pre-pandemic. So yeah, that's like what, 5, 6 years ago. So now I'm really thinking about taking it seriously. I'm not getting any younger. I'm already in my mid-30s. I'm 36. I just turned 36 a few months ago. And I just really want to just put myself out there and just, hopefully this therapy will help me kind of go through my emotions with like, why am I so fearful of dating? I don't know why. I just have this really weird like fear of dating and the thought of intimacy for some reason. And I don't know where that comes from. I don't know if it's something like childhood trauma or something like that, or I wasn't abused, harassed as a child, but I did have some really weird kind of unsavory things that happened to me as a child that maybe is impacting what I think about relationships and intimacy and dating and kind of that type of thing, because I always kind of had a weird like relationship history with men growing up. Not growing up, I guess more so in my 20s when I started taking dating more seriously and stuff like that. Then I'm really just trying to go through emotionally and just like look through, and oh god, another plane. But I'll kind of let this plane go by. Anyways, yeah, just to go back to that, I'm just starting to think about dating more, and it's funny because the gym I currently go to, this is the gym I applied to, and I'm still waiting for the paperwork. I don't know what's going on with this job right now. It's like in limbo. It's like in HR limbo. Still waiting for the official paperwork to start working there part-time, so at least have some kind of extra income coming in while I'm transitioning out of this current job. I'm working in corporate America. But it was funny because on and off for like the past year now, there's been this like really cute dude. I don't know what he does. I don't know if he's like a bodybuilder or something. He's very like cut and lean, and I don't know if he competes himself. I don't think he's a competitor or anything, but he looks like someone who is like a well-seasoned bodybuilder. Like they do bodybuilding as a hobby or for fun. Maybe they don't compete or something. But he's super cute, really adorable. I don't know. It's just really weird. He doesn't really like, he'll look at me longingly, but he'll never like approach me, and I think that's kind of strange. I'm like, oh, okay, you're a little passive or shy or something, but and then it dawned on me, like, why don't I flirt back? Because there's times where he's just sitting there smiling at me, looking at me longingly from like around the corner. It's kind of weird. He doesn't just approach me and be more direct. But it's I guess a bit on my fault too for not like playing back into it and being flirty back, or just simply like maybe walking up and asking a question, or maybe walking up and saying, oh hey, are you using that machine or something, just start off striking a conversation without it being kind of unnatural or weird or awkward, because it is very awkward, you know, trying to talk to someone you're interested in, you know, when you don't know who they are and what their thought process is about it. So, but yeah, being friendly doesn't hurt. Even if you just have a platonic relationship from it, the exchange or something, it's better than nothing. It's better than just like always thinking of what if. So, I guess putting myself out there and just the fear of, you know, the thought of dating again. I don't know. I'm just very weird with that. I don't know. Once again, I don't know if this is like childhood trauma or issues with that, but that's something I always kind of struggled with is like relationships with men. And I always had issues with it since my 20s. I guess I had a really bad event that happened to me in my early mid 20s, and that kind of pushed me off from men. And it was around the time when I was about to graduate from college. Um, and that's something I never really shared with people before. So maybe with this therapy, I can just share that with that person, and hopefully I'll feel more like they can give me some guidance on how to go about that, or maybe they might refer me to another therapist that works more in that regard, in terms of like building trust and relationships. So that's all I want to talk about. There's a cluster of things I just have on my mind right now. It's funny because I initially started off this video with not knowing what to talk about. And I'm talking about like a million different things. You know, I'm talking about my FMLA. I'm talking about dating again. I'm talking about, you know, workplace and just kind of like all the workplace fatigue I'm having right now that I just want to kind of get out of here and just change something else. So yeah, I'm kind of glad it ended up the way it is, even though it's a very meandering video. I guess it's a little bit of a musing video, but don't know what I'm going to title this one. I'm going to post it up in a few minutes and just see where it goes from there. But that's it. That's my little update for right now. And I don't know. Maybe tomorrow I'll just like ask the guy a question like, hey, are you using that machine? Can we work out together or something? Or can we work in together? You can do a set and I can do a set after. So I don't know. Let me end this video. It's 7 minutes already. Let me get this over with.